I'm Izzy. I'm a second year at a drama school studying acting at the Arden School of Theatre in Manchester. But I've been going to the University of Manchester CU for the last year, which is really exciting.
Yeah. And since then you've started your own CU.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. So when my relay worker last year at University of Manchester kind of like was getting me into it, she kind of suggested it and it's a passing comment and I was like, oh no, it won't work, it'd be too scary. But yeah, God has been really good and we've actually got, I think, about 10 people in the group chat now roughly, which is really exciting. We don't get them all come every week, but we get about half of that, which is still a huge amount. So yeah, it's going so good. Yeah.
And did you face any challenges? You said you were a bit unsure if it would work.
Yeah. So when she first said that, my first thought was, I'm the only Christian. There's no way I can get an impact group going in a CU where there's no other Christians. But actually, when we went to Forum last year and they spoke about how impact groups are for Christians and non-Christians, that was the first time I was like, it would be amazing. And then I spoke to a few people and there's one girl who said that she was a Christian. She wasn't really going to church regularly, but her family were Christians and she'd be so happy to get involved in Bible study. And I was like, oh, that'd be awesome. And then we spoke to a few more people and they were like, yes, and that's when it kind of got going there. But once we'd got started with it, another challenge was that our whole drama school moved locations for a second time, just because there weren't enough rooms in the building we were in. And there was a girl on a different course who wanted to get involved, and it was like, how do we now do it outside of Manchester, meet up once a week for the CU?
Because her uni's in a different location.
Yeah, even though it's the same uni, it was in complete different ends of Manchester, which was a bit of a pain. So we managed to, after speaking to our staff worker, come up with an idea we could meet in a cafe and all our drink could be paid for. So that worked out really well. Yeah.
And that's where you're meeting now?
Yeah, well, actually we've gone back to the original building. We did meet there for a bit, which was really nice.
And yeah, I'd love to hear, like, looking back, even just like Forum last year. Tell me, how have you grown? How have you seen God grow you in leadership?
God has been teaching me a lot to give everything over to Him, because I think there's a lot of times where I've had so many challenges we faced, and it's just been so chaotic, and I've been thinking there's just no way I can do this. I've sat down and thought of solutions to the problems we've had, and there's just no solution that I can think of. But when God can do it, when I give it to God, He just manages to find a way every single time, and it always works out. So yeah, He's been teaching me for sure that, especially leadership, it's just things that I can't do by myself. I just need God. So it's been really useful to learn that skill.
And it sounds like you've relied on Him even though you felt weak. Christ's strength.
Definitely.
That's really cool. And yeah, you're here at Word Live. I'd love to hear, tell me about this morning's session. What was that about?
Yeah, so this morning's session, he spoke a lot about how we can be speaking for Jesus, which was so exciting because I think when we go back, we're going to face like inevitable struggles, and it can be maybe quite easy to be demotivated at things and be like, oh well, it's not going to be so useful. We're doing impact groups and people would rather go home and chill by themselves and they think that's more productive. But if I now know after speaking this morning's thing that we have to just give it all to God and that it's worth it to speak for Jesus, and it's just more exciting and it really motivates you, encourages you. Yeah.
And is there anything that you've learned here that you're excited to take back to the impact group that you're a part of?
Yeah, definitely. So I've been going to the mental health talk, and I think that's so useful when we go back because our course is like 9 till 6 every day, so it's really intense. And I think people definitely struggle with it, and especially during like performances. And in second year we've got quite a lot of performances that have happened. I think people put a lot of pressure on it and a lot of self-worth, and it really is quite hard. But having this impact group has been so useful, I think, to all come together and talk things through and actually grow closer as friends as well. So having been at mental health talk, I think it'd be so cool just to go back and be like, guys, this is what we've done, this is how we can encourage and uplift everybody else on the course as well, and hopefully get more into impact group. So yeah, so useful.